Pura Vida. How's it going today, folks? Alright, we're going to do a little truck tent camping tonight. I am up at one of our county parks up here in Worth County in north central Iowa. I'm at the Silver Lake Campground. Going to do the truck tent camping. As you can see, I got my platform in again. I did one major adjustment. As you can see, I got a rolling cover instead of that hard shell. So with this cover, I should be able to sleep on the platform and don't have to worry about my feet. Remember, like the first video? So therefore, I don't have nothing. I'll probably put my feet at this end, since we know that the slope's quite a bit. The tent end and the door. So my head will be at the other end. It's a little cloudy, 55 degrees right now. I'll have to check to see what the overnight low is supposed to be. I think upper 30s, something like that. But just a little overnight get out. I didn't go out to southeast Minnesota or any of our wildlife areas in Iowa, as both states have turkey season right now, and I don't want to mess up their turkey hunts. It takes a little bit to get a turkey in if you have done that before. But we're going to get this all set up and we'll give you another tour of the thing. All right, camp is all set up. And this is going to be pretty dang nice. All I need to do is get a few more, what do you want to call it? Carpet squares. I have some of those at home. I did lose that big nice shelf up front there with the hard top, but I have the other extension, like this one, for this side if I wanted to make this a full bed. So I could set that thing over top the wheel well, and I could go and use that as a shelf. It's pretty sweet. But this will be the first time I've ever used this in warmer weather. Always it's been cold, like 15 degrees at night or daytime. So this should be pretty interesting. The only thing, like I said, that they need to do a little different with the trucks with a 5-foot bed. And I know they probably don't design this thing for people with a platform in their truck, but it is touching the end of the thing. We should be good tonight. I don't think it'll be built up much condensation, but that's quite a bit of an angle. If that thing came out at least out another foot or two, foot and a half, that'd be pretty dang sweet. But overall, it looks pretty dang good. Fit on there perfect, everything's strapped on. And got my little step. I think it's gonna be a great night. Got a 30-degree sleeping bag that I have. That should be plenty to sleep in tonight. Like I said, it's not gonna get that cold. But, well, we'll go and make it official and register. And we'll go and walk around and we'll take a little tour of the park.
All right, time to register. Basically, got the registration forms in the little mailbox. It's $15 a night to camp, and then you just drop it in the vault. But let's get going, let's get registered. So we have a little hiking tour of the place going. What basically you do, fill out the top part. This will go on your camping post. We're in site number 6. And then you fill out the rest with all your vehicle information, your address and stuff. Number of nights paid for.
$15 for one night, and that does include electricity. That's a hell of a deal. Not many places have electricity for $15 a night. Usually you'd be paying at least 30 to 35, like in state parks and such. I bet the glue got enough moisture it's not going to stick, but we'll still stick that down in the tube. Anyways, want to make sure it drops down in there, so no little corners sticking out, so in case somebody gets it crazy and thinks they're going to dig it out. But that's all there is to it to register for the site. Quick little tour. There's a vault, pit, toilet, some garbage cans up there. There's a private campground that is bordering this park right next to it. We do have a handicap accessible campsite with the accessible fire ring. There are 8 sites total here. Then of course there's a day use big picnic shelter. It's like for family reunions, birthdays, you name it. But it's big open grassy area. You get a good baseball or softball game going. Play a little bocce ball. Like I said, we are right on the lake. In the morning, I'll be able to open up the door and be able to go and look out over the lake and watch the ducks and who knows what else. Like I said, each site has their own post. I'll get us the right side up. There we go, we're officially registered. Pretty simple. They don't have reservable campsites here. Is that nice? Yes, because then you know you have a spot when you get to it. But if you're just out randomly roaming around, they definitely need about only half of them is reservable, in my opinion. Because otherwise, if you drive and drive and drive, you might not have a place to stay. But I got out here, like I said, about an hour ago. There have been trumpeter swans. Oh, there's a pair out there right now. A bunch of coots. We got a good, always have a good migration of ducks up in this area. A lot of stuff you normally don't see during hunting season. You see a lot of shovelers up here. You'll see all kinds of different oddity ducks, so to say, like shovelers. There's some mergansers, normal wood ducks, teal. Can't quite see all the other little ducks, but they're out there between here and the swans. Yep, there's one swan. There's 2. There is a boat ramp on the south side of the lake, straight all the way across. There's a fishing jetty over there. This lake does have perch, northern. I don't know if they put any walleyes back in here. I know there was some in one time. I don't know how they got here. There's bass, bluegills, and they did drain this whole entire lake. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was actually bone dry. We got lucky in a drought year. There was not one drop of water out there. The reason why they did that is to go and kill off all the bullheads and carp that were in here, which made the lake very, very cloudy and dirty and just sort of nasty. Now the water quality is very clear. There's a lot more weedy vegetation in here, which is a good thing. Boaters don't like that because they used to boat and jet ski and water ski out here, but it's even tough to kayak out here. It's how thick the weeds get, but that's a good thing, good water quality. So don't go and transport fish. Supposedly somebody said that they have caught a bullhead in here, which is not a good deal. But time for, you guessed it, step 2. All right. You know what time it is? We got camp set up, tents up. It's time for step 2. Tonight's step 2 is from Karst Brewing in a little tiny town called Fountain, Minnesota. It's just southeast of Rochester. It's a very, very good brewery. They got really good beer. They do an excellent job. I got Maggie's Farm tonight. It's a cream ale, and it is probably one of my favorite cream ales. Not counting Castle Danger Cream Ale. That one's my best, though, but this one's a very good one. You gotta go check them guys out themselves. They usually have food trucks and stuff there. So it's usually a pretty good time. Every time we go there, come back from hiking or going hiking, gotta stop in, but time for a beer. Cheers. Oh my God, that's good. And I slobbered all over myself. What the heck? That can was pretty full. I'm gonna finish it and I'm gonna empty it for him. But catch you later. Just gonna sit and enjoy the lake, watch the birds, listen to the trumpeter swans. Hopefully we might get a sunset. We'll go down by the lake and go look at the lake a little bit. Cheers. Unfortunately, there's no trails at this park. There's opportunity for a trail to be at this park. This was one of them, even though it's very, oh, there go some ducks. Coots, goofy things. Jeez, they just keep on coming. There's a lot of coots on this lake right now. They're in migration as well. I mean, right here's a little trail. It's not even a quarter mile long, but they just get to walk to this little shallow bay area. Oops, sorry. On that. But straight across over there is the North Fishing Jetty. It's a popular spot in the spring and summer to wet a line. And I'll go show you another spot that oh, there goes another coot. I'll show you another spot that'll be a great one for a nice little short trail. It comes out to a marsh. You'll have some baby goslings and ducks and geese and stuff on that one as well. But all right, let's go check that out. She's a beaut, Clark. Well, second thought, I'm gonna actually go and start a little fire, go and cook supper, which is some hot dogs. And I think we'll do that trail in the morning. There's already a bunch of ducks and geese and stuff like that. I said a bunch of wildlife will be on that pond. So therefore we can see if we can sneak up on them and get some good footage. Time to go grab some supper. Nothing like a great fire right next to the lake. Well, the geese are up, so it must be time to wake up. All kinds of other birds are chirping too. Pretty peaceful. Even that goose is pretty loud. Well, it's 59 degrees in here now. I did run that little heater on, off and on throughout the night. Yes, I don't know if it got down to like 47 or something like that in here, but ran it just to knock the edge off. Didn't have to worry about covering up and stuff, but stayed really warm. Like the setup I have now with that little bench and stuff there, but let's go check out this view. Check that out. Just need to go get my little coffee pot, get some coffee, and enjoy the view. Listen to the roosters. Haven't heard turkey yet, surprisingly. Just geese and trumpeter swans. It does have these little corner windows that you could open up for ventilation, but the rainfly goes right on down to it. So this is another little trick I got to learn about. I mean, it's going to let a little bit of air in. Still have this one up here at the top. There's about a 2-inch gap going up the side of that one, but must be just a vent, nothing really to look out. And now it's time for some coffee. Gonna go with a little Death Wish Coffee Company, some dark roast. Got this little Adder Chef single serving coffee maker off Amazon probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Went to a motel that surprisingly did not have a coffee machine, and there's no coffee places nearby. We were out in the middle of nowhere, so figured, well, we'll get this since our motel did have obviously electricity, but it works pretty good. Run it for 1 cup, and then you gotta let it cool off a little bit because the heating elements, I guess they say, you need to let it cool off. But let's get this going. It's pretty nice. You do have to use grounds though. I wish I used K-cups. That'd make that a lot less messier. That's about the only negative I have on the whole entire thing. Oh my god, that's so good. Holy cow. Definitely nice with this view. Well, I got this little table thing temporarily. Like I said, it's just my other extension of the other side of the bed. I might go and actually make it a little bit longer to make it a little bit more stable. Like I said, it's just sitting, the leg thingy you can see is sitting in the rib. And I don't know, not much is over on top of that wheel well over here in this corner. So I'm going to make it so a little bit longer so it goes over top it. I would go and use my jet boil or my MSR Pocket Rocket to go and boil water for a freeze-dried meal. But I really don't think I'm going to go and bring in like a camp stove to go and do any real cooking, so to say. Like frying up bacon and eggs or making any other type of meals. A lot less mess. Don't have to worry about the food smell as much. I mean, you can get some obviously out of that bag after you open it to eat it, but it worked pretty good last night. If I needed something with it, it was definitely within reach. Didn't have to fumble all over. Okay, you might not be able to see it, but there is only one. You can see my comforter that covers my pad. That's on the, obviously, the shaded side of the tent. That's the only touch I have on the tent. So that'd be pretty much the only concern, is the tent touching. If it's cooler weather or like there's nothing here, a little bit here, a little condensation, that's about it. But other than that, not too bad. Like I said, if they would run where the tailgate ends, they run that straight up a little bit more, so it's just missing my air pad and sleeping bag and stuff, I think that'd be perfect. Just needs to go out a little bit more, especially for the 5-foot truck beds. Be interesting to see how this works on a full-size bed, as I'm sure you'd have no problems whatsoever, obviously, because your sleeping pad and all that will be well inside the tailgate and the end of the truck. There we go. Finally starting to get a few wildflowers to pop. Let's see if there's 1 or 2 other ones over that way. But let's go on this little walk. This used to be a better trail. Head down this way. Looks like it's just a deer trail now. It used to be an illegal 4-wheeler trail coming through here. But this would be a cool spot. Hint, Conservation Board. Whoops. To go and make a trail out to here and have a hike-in camping spot for backpackers. It'd be a pretty sweet spot. It's not too far in, but it's just enough off from this road, from the park. Well, there goes a few ducks. Didn't get a chance to see what they were Couldn't hear them flying off either, if they're mallards or wood ducks. Okay, I'm sure. Oh, dang it, he went off. Out on that gravel road, there was a river otter. It's pretty crazy he made it all the way here. Trust me, I know what a river otter is. They are a pretty cool animal. Oh, there goes a mallard. I thought I heard one landing in here. So that's pretty cool that a river otter's all the way up here. Wish I would have got him on film. But if I see him out on the road again, I'll definitely hit the record. The sounds of nature and 2 loud geese. A pair of wood ducks just landed in. All right, just got back from a little hike, a little walk. I went and opened up the tent to go recharge my battery, but I looked at the little thermometer I have. 82 degrees inside the tent right now. It's 47 degrees outside temperature, and that's just the sun beating on the tent. Not really beating, but shining on it. It's heated it up that much. Remember that little window thing that I was talking about? Right there it is. Might not be able to see it, but I'm thinking what I need to do is get like a piece of pool noodle, stick that out about 4 or 5 inches, will create a little gap underneath there so air could get up and under and still have the effect of the rain fly. I'll come over here, see if you see it better. Yeah, see there you can see the screen of the window, but if it's not flopping out, how's the air gonna get in there? So I think my solution is I'm gonna get a pool noodle, the big fat thick ones that are a little bit stiffer, stick that out, and who knows, maybe we might have one over here in the corner as well, since the roll of my tarp is here, the tonneau cover. I think that's the other hack I'm gonna do. We need to get some airflow in there. It is gonna be way too hot, but I do have a cordless electric fan which will help circulate air. We gained some loud fishermen, a lot of yelling. Usually when I go fish, it's usually pretty quiet, but I don't know, must have got excited. Did see though there's another boat that's clear across on the other side of the lake. So the weeds must not be bad yet. Keyword yet. They will grow, but it's still cold, so everything probably has died off over winter. If it was summertime, there's no way you'd be going that fast in the boat. Way too many weeds. Okay, this is probably going to be the final review I'll do on the Rightline gear tent. Like I said, I'm going to make a video and see if I could go and get in contact with the company and see if they could go and make that stick out a lot further. I also said that I'm sure they don't plan on people making platforms to sleep on and stuff in there. So if I just use the board and put it in the bottom of the truck bed like normal, I think I'd be fine. I wouldn't even touch the thing. It didn't really bother me last night. I could feel it, but like if it's raining or something, then might have issues of leakage, of water seeping through. But I did notice where the pole that sticks that out there's 2 or 3 holes. I could go and take a tarp. I do have some collapsible, extendable tent poles that I could go and use a tarp, get some measurements, and make like an awning out onto this, which would work pretty slick. I really like this bunk loft platform thing, not only because of I have the storage underneath, but I could sit in there if I need to. Like if it's raining, I can sit in there and watch Netflix. Like last night I watched a little bit of the Timberwolves game, tail end of the 3rd round of the NFL draft. I'm going to definitely build up that table, make that a little bit nicer. Yeah, overall, the only thing I really haven't done, like I said, is have 2 people in there and have both sides of the loft or the, I don't even want to call it, the bunk in there. So that'd be interesting to give it a try. The issue then I think would be is getting the zippers all the way down, because you'd have to reach between the tail end of it and stuff. That'd be the only tricky part. Definitely need a step to get up and in, so it might be a little tricky getting in and out. Don't know, guess we'll have to find out sometime, but I'm not going to do a video on it. If I do, it'll be just a little short. But that's my video conclusion of the Rightline Ridgeline tent. I like it. I hope you like yours too. Give them a shot. Better than the other one is my opinion, as there's no liner that goes inside the truck like a whole tent with a floor. That'd be a pain in the butt because you'd have to take everything out just to put that thing up. Just my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. And with that, that concludes this weekend's episode of Outdoor Adventures with Shane. Take our slip, put it in the garbage can where it belongs, instead of littering. But thanks a lot for tagging along with me tonight, or last night actually. Like I said, it was just an easy, quick overnighter. Just had to get out, try out the new top for the truck tent, and it worked out great. I loved it. Just got some luxury things to do now, so with that, live life, don't live in fear, or you're gonna miss it. We'll see you on the next one. Maybe next weekend, might be getting something done. Thanks for watching.